Thank you, Sherry. I'm very proud and honored to be here today. Again, my name is Jay Old. I believe that America is a great country, that our best years in America are ahead of us. I believe that our founding fathers got it right with our Constitution when they set out a document that's a blueprint for our country that's lasted well over 200 years, that put a limited government in place and the power to govern in the hands of us, in the hands of the people. But I also believe, ladies and gentlemen, that we've got a severe leadership crisis in Washington, D.C. Pastor Hines would tell you, Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6, "My shepherds have led my sheep astray." That's the problem we have in Washington, D.C. And people ask me as well, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to go to Congress and leave a good job and separate time away from your home and family? And I'll tell you why. I have an 18-year-old daughter and a 15-year-old son. Their pictures are here. Like many of you, I've got young children who I want to work for to provide them the kind of future that my parents and my grandparents provided me. And my belief is that we don't have people in Washington, D.C. today who are thinking about our children, your grandchildren, or your elderly parents. My parents have been in and out of the hospital several times in the last few months since we started this process. And I'm watching them as they go through artificially suppressed interest rates and uncertain medical care futures. And we realize we cannot continue down that course. So I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you and your children. And I believe firmly you need someone in Washington, D.C. who's thinking about that every time they vote. A little bit about our campaign. I'm from Beaumont. I'm an attorney. I've spent my career for the last 23 years fighting, advocating, in what many people call a judicial hellhole, where we're fighting against the odds, running into the wind on an unlevel playing field against activist judges. And we've done a good job of it. I represent building contractors, hospitals, healthcare providers, financial institutions, and the like. You need someone to go to Washington, D.C. who's a leader in their profession, a leader in their business, a job creator, what have you. I've done all of those things. But who's an effective, articulate advocate for you and for this district and this community. NASA, UTMB, the credit unions, the banks, the petrochemical industry, all in all. We can do that. We're going to be here this weekend block walking in League City. My associate here, Charles Gaines, is our regional coordinator. We're the only campaign with 2 offices out there. We're here to support you and get to know you. Our website is here. It's jold.com. I appreciate your vote and your interest. Thank you very much.
Next candidate is Randy Weber.
Thank you, Kerry. I am Randy Weber, and as a Texas State Representative, I currently overlap and represent parts of CD14 right now. I currently represent constituents in this area in the Texas House. I'm running because Obama's in the process of ruining our country, not only for us, but for generations of young Americans to follow. Yeah, the debt has soared to over $15 trillion, unemployment over 8% for the last 3 years. 1 out of 4 houses, mortgages underwater. He's created czars that have usurped the power of Congress, gone around your legislature, and has done an end run around your elected representatives. In his first and only term, I hope, Obama has almost single-handedly destroyed this country. The challenges ahead are many and are steep. Hard decisions are going to have to be made. I built a business for the last 30 years by making hard decisions. Sometimes I went without a paycheck. Sometimes my guys got paid and I went without, and we had to make sure the lights stayed on. I'm not a stranger to hard decisions. If I go to work as your congressman, I will work for you, strengthening our economy and getting folks back to work. I will support our domestic energy producers. They are the key to energy independence and getting this economy back on track. Yes, I'll work to repeal Obamacare before it plunges us into deeper deficit, continues to ruin our economy, and really puts the government in charge of almost 1/6 of our economy. Are you serious? I'll work to repeal Obamacare. I will provide that leadership in the current crisis. But don't just listen to my words. Look at my record in the Texas State Legislature, where we reduced spending, the budget, by $27 billion with the B dollars. It was hard. It was a fight on the floor of the House. But we did it. No new taxes, no new fees. We didn't raise taxes. The session before that, my very first term in the Texas Legislature, I got the #1 conservative rating out of 150 state reps by the Texas Conservative Coalition. I don't just say I'm conservative, I have the track record to prove it. I'm proud of those awards. I got lots of them. I got a Friend of Business Award, Friend of the Taxpayer Award, but hey, I was just doing my job, looking out for our Texans, for our district, which includes parts of CD14. And that's what I want to do for you as a congressman. I've proven can do it in Texas. I'll do it in Washington, D.C. I've spent my whole life on the Gulf Coast, married a gal from Needleton over by Beaumont. She was living in League City when we got married. I exported her to Pearland. We've been married 35 years, built a business, driven my business up and down the two counties here, Galveston and Brazoria. I'm a local, homegrown one of you, and I will work for you in Congress. I'm battle-tested, battle-proven, battle-ready. I'm Randy Weber, and I'd appreciate your vote.
The next candidate is Felicia Harris.
Thank you. My name is Felicia Harris, and I am running for Congressional District 14, just like the rest of these gentlemen. I am a native Texan and a lifelong Republican. I grew up in a family that didn't have a whole lot left over at the end of the day, but I also grew up in a family that taught me the value of a few things: hard work, perseverance, and integrity. And I took those skills, and I was the first in my immediate family to go to school, to go to a university and graduate from college. I graduated from Texas A&M University in 1992. And if any of you remember what the economy was like in 1992, you'll remember that it wasn't very good. I didn't go occupy Wall Street, though. What I did is I actually picked up the Houston Chronicle, and I found a job selling cars right here in the Gulf Coast region. Now, from there, I went to work for Coca-Cola right here in Galveston County, and then I decided to go to law school at night. I started law school at night, working during the day, and I actually put myself through law school. I did well enough to graduate first in my class, and for me, that opened up an entirely new world. I went and clerked for Chief Justice Casey, and then came back down here and worked at a small law firm, had my own law firm for a while. And then I went and became a partner at a national law firm. Last year in the summer, I was 41 years old, and I resigned the partnership. Ever since then, all I've been doing is running to earn your trust and your confidence in this election. I don't say that because I want accolades. Anybody who knows me personally know I don't, but I say that to put into context why I'm running. I'm running because I believe in the American dream. And I believe in the American dream because I've actually lived it. I've actually worked hard and taken advantage of opportunities this country made for me. And in this country, we were founded upon 3 core principles, the way I see it: individual liberty, personal responsibility, and a limited government. And it's because of those core principles that each of us in this room have been able to forge more prosperity and more freedom in this country than any other country in the world. Now, for the last 3 years, what have we seen? We've seen Barack Obama and his liberal supporters forcing upon us a social justice agenda. And the results of that we've seen also. We've had a weakened economy, our freedoms have been threatened, and today more Americans than ever are dependent upon our federal government. Now, I don't know about you, but I suspect you're just like me, and you believe this country is a country of independence. We're not a country of dependence. And in this room, this is a Chamber of Commerce group setting. We all believe in capitalism, as best I can tell. We all believe in the free enterprise system. We all believe that works. None of us in this room favor socialism. None of us in this room want it. So I want to go to D.C. and I want to fight for you. I want to fight against the assault that President Barack Hussein Obama has on this country. I want to fight for a limited government, which to me is a government that spends less, taxes less, and owes less in debt. And I want to do that because I know we must, and I know you know we must, and together we will preserve what we know is the American dream for this generation, for future generations, and for generations to come. I'd ask that you join with me in this fight, because this fight is one that we must win. Visit my website, www.feliciaforcongress.com. Felicia Harris, and I appreciate your vote.